Vinegar Syndrome. Ben, you visited Vinegar Syndrome, didn't you?
Yeah, they're the archive store, they call it, in Connecticut, in Bridgeport. It was really cool. And now they have one in Pittsburgh as well.
And they've got like a lot of sub labels. And one of them is
Yeah,
called cinematograph or cinematography. God only knows how to pronounce this word. Do you know, Ben, how to pronounce this highfalutin word?
I think it's probably just cinematography, just spelled.
Since we're talking about Vinegar Syndrome, I got to take a drink of my amaretto sour
Oh,
because Vinegar Syndrome, as a label, gives me fits. But at close range, I hear is a good movie. I've never seen it. Have either of you seen it?
I have not, no. But
Have
it's
It's
got
not.
got
Christopher
Sean Penn,
Walken in
Christopher
it.
Walken. Yeah.
That's enough for me. Yeah.
Well, their Vinegar Syndrome cinematography, whatever label is putting it out. It's a 1986 movie. It's got a new commentary track with some film historians, so I don't know about that. But it also has a new interview with Christopher Walken and a new interview with Sean Penn and the casting directors, and it's got a new video essay, and then it's got a handful of legacy features. So I have to say that they are at least getting some new special features on this, and Vinegar Syndrome is famous for really good scans of their movies. So if Vinegar Syndrome puts your movie out, you can usually rest assured that it's going to be a great transfer, at least visually.
I saw the machine they used for that to do the scans for transfers. It was just stuck in a little closet with enough room for a chair to sit in front of it.
Well, it
And
does
that was
damn
where the
good
magic
work.
happens. Yeah.
It does damn good work because
Yeah.
I don't think I can't even remember a time that people criticize the scan from Vinegar Syndrome. But Vinegar Syndrome doesn't always pick great movies. I think At Close Range is a good title, probably.
But they make great cover art. Sometimes that's enough.
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Lately, it's been a little inconsistent, but I want to say around the time I was in film school, 2018, they set the absolute standard for slipcase art if you're, a connoisseur, that sort of thing. But
They are putting out the Garbage Pail Kids movie. Anybody seen this one?
I have not, but I know
No.
you're a fan.
I've never seen it.
Oh, I thought you said I could have sworn that
No.
you were talking about you want to do something in the spirit of this film or something.
I am scared of it and I do want to see it someday, but I have sort of purposefully avoided it because I'm sure it sucks. Vinegar Syndrome is a label unlike hardly any other label in that they will seek out the biggest crap that the industry has ever dropped out of its collective anus upon society.
And they'll say, let's make it 4K.
And make it 4K, give it a beautiful transfer, get some new stuff. They polish more turds than anyone in the world. And this is certainly one of those turds. Like, I don't even know if this movie's got any legitimate fans. Everybody that I've seen on Facebook knows how awful it is, but they're still going to buy it because Vinegar Syndrome as a label has prestige among collectors. They will literally buy whatever the hell Vinegar Syndrome shoves down their throats.
They got numbered
So-
spines like Criterion, so
Ugh.
it's enough to trigger collector OCD.
I am not one of those collectors that organizes my shelves, my movie collection by label. I just don't. But there are a lot that do, and that's like a whole level of OCD that I'm not. I'm not there. I organize mine by year of release, which is another level of OCD, but I don't think it's as bad. I don't think it's as bad.
Well, you've got something to aspire to now.
Anyway, they're doing Garbage Pail movies. It's 4K. It's got Dolby Vision. It's a new scan and a restoration from the 35 millimeter camera negative. So they are really going all out for it, like they do most of their stuff. It's got new interviews with actress Katie Barberi and a new interview with effects artist Hal Miles. It's got a 40-page book and a lot of legacy features, but it's mono sound only. They are not doing anything to update the soundtrack. It's going to be mono.
Well,
So I'm not buying this.
You're not going to buy it. I was going to say if you buy it, I'll come to Shermer Cinema and watch it.
No, you wouldn't.
I totally would. I absolutely would.
If you're gonna, I am morbidly curious. I'll watch this movie someday, but I'm not spending. Plus, I think it's $60, probably 40 or 60. They're pricey.
Yeah, they can be, especially if they have cool box sets like the Beastmaster one. That's incredible. Even when
Yeah.
I thought I was ready to trade it to you, I just was looking at it like, I can't.
Well, I ended up buying a copy. I own 3 Vinegar Syndrome releases. I have Beastmaster, and I have the Deranged, where Robert Blossom plays Ed Gein, and I have a movie called Best Friends. But yeah, they don't put out a whole lot of stuff for me. Which brings me to their 3rd little release that they're putting out. They're because they don't have enough sub-labels. They're putting out another sub-label called Reviver. And what they're saying about this is the Reviver sub-label releases lost films and missing movies found within the Vinegar Syndrome Film Archive. Each release is a mystery box of archival curios scanned from their best surviving film elements and programmed by Vinegar Syndrome archivist and vault manager Oscar Becker. In the spirit of the hunt for lost films, each limited edition also includes a 1 in 10 chance of featuring holographic variant sleeve artwork. That is just crack for collectors, man. That is just crack. Purchases of the Reviver releases directly fund archival expenses and day-to-day maintenance of the film archive. They are selling a movie and you don't even know what it is. And they put out a special allotment of this movie to be available a few days or a week ago, and it sold out. I think there will be more copies available Black Friday. I could be wrong. But the fact that this sold out to any extent, in any way, shape, or form, and no one knows what the hell they're buying.
Yeah. Are they
Flabbergasts me.
Is it feature length? Because when it says like curios,
I don't think so.
it just sounds like it's a lot of different, just even instructional videos from the 70s.
Yeah.
If you're something.
I think it's going to be something like that, like anti-marijuana, like public service announcements, cartoons. I don't know. It is a collection of things. I saw somewhere on the page on their website that collectively it has a runtime of something, so it's not just one item. But still, Vinegar Syndrome, they'll either take a turd and polish it up for you, or they just won't even tell you what it is, and you'll still buy it.
It's a surprise turd.
A surprise turd.
A mystery turd.
I mean, I will admit, like, I found this tape at Goodwill one time, and it was, what was that, like, religious thing, 700 Club or something?
Yeah.
But it was a tape that they had put out about Satanism, and it was made in the 90s and what to look for in your neighborhood. And that's, like, one of my favorite items in my collection. I think I paid, like, 10 cents for it. So that kind of stuff can be cool, but not knowing what
can be.
And yeah, I don't know.
Can be. So I don't get it.
This one feels like a stretch out of all their sublabels and everything. But
I've got a vinyl album like that, Ben, and the whole album is just where somebody has collected over time people's back when people used to use answering machines, and they had the tapes in them, and like somebody collected all these tapes from answering machines, and then they took all the best stuff they found and made a vinyl album out of it. And this was just like recently. This was like 10 years ago.
oh wow. Yeah, no, that sounds cool, but it's like not knowing. It's like I need to know what they're putting this, and it's the fact that they're not telling you. It's like it makes it marketable because it's a mystery, but then they're not telling you probably for a reason. That means that what it actually isn't more marketable than it being a mystery.
Exactly. Exactly. They have figured out that they have a better chance at getting your money if they don't tell you what you're buying than if they explicitly tell you what crap you're buying. So Vinegar Syndrome, man, like the bubble's got to burst someday, right? But it doesn't. There are YouTube channels where people are just shopping for 3 hours on the Vinegar Syndrome website, looking at all the crap.
Well, it's interesting because they kind of release stuff for other labels too. But what I noticed, there's a pattern where labels will announce they're partnering with Vinegar Syndrome, and then somewhere down the line they split ways. And I have to wonder if Vinegar Syndrome's skimming off the top quite a bit whenever they put out releases on their platform, or what that's about. But
I don't know. We got to get away from Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah.
Next. Hey, speak of the devil. We're talking about this movie later. Now, Ben, I traded you my Mondo edition of this movie, which is beautiful box set that's got like blue crushed velvet on the outer box. I was a packaging whore. That's the main reason I like this movie, but I don't really love this movie. but when a movie I like has irresistible packaging, sometimes I will buy it. But since you loved it clearly more than I did,
Mhm.
I traded that cool edition to you. But now Second Sight is putting out an edition available December 8th. So are you thinking you might forego this edition and just stick with the one you've got?
This isn't necessarily one I would pull the trigger immediately, being like, "Oh yeah, I definitely got to get the 4K." I mean, maybe if the transfer is especially exceptional, but I really
It
like at
is a
least
new
with the
one.
with the Mondo one, it has a nice level of film grain to it, and I feel like the colors are great and sufficient, and plus, like you said, like the box that you traded me has like that nice felt cover to it that I've never
Beautiful.
seen anything. It is an absolutely beautiful release.
It might be my favorite packaging for
So
a
I'll
movie
have to
ever.
see what people say about this transfer, and maybe, but
Well, it's
and
a new
then
4K restoration with HDR and Dolby Vision, and it's producer approved because the director passed away a few years back. It's got DTS mono, again, no upgrade in sound. I'm assuming probably because the elements just don't lend themselves to creating stereo or 5.1. It's going to be $65. It's available for pre-order now on sites like Orbit DVD. It's got 2 new commentary tracks. It's going to have the North American re-edit of the movie, which from what I hear, you probably don't want to see. You probably want to see the original European version. It's also got a new featurette where Guillermo del Toro talks about how much he loves the movie. Of course he does, because there's a monster in it. And it's got archival features also. Comes with the limited edition, comes with a 220-page hardcover book, a shooting script, art cards, and a rigid slipcase. Second Sight, they're slick. They're probably my favorite boutique label. Like, I have their Hitcher, I have their Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I have their Changeling. I love the Second Sight treatment of films. And if I love this movie more, this would be on my agenda, but I'm going to stick with my Umbrella release. I have a not as fancy version of this movie, but it looks nice and it does me fine.
yeah.
So
I mean,
that's
I really did like the transfer of Dog Soldiers from Second Sight. So, I mean, if they could rescue Dog Soldiers, I have to believe they could do some great things with this film because it is a beautiful film in its
it
own
is.
way. The way it's shot, I mean, it's very bleak and dark, but it's shot so well as a bleak and dark film.
It's got such a well. We should save it for when we talk about the movie later. We'll move on to Kino. Kino Lorber, they do the Lord's work, picking up movies that just otherwise would never come out on 4K. Kino
Babe.
Lorber gets a lot of hate from people. I don't understand that, man.
I don't either.
Every
What kind of
movie
hate do they
doesn't
get?
need new special features or a new transfer. Sometimes you're lucky to get the dang movie in any way, shape, or form. Kino does that. And I say this because Kino put out The Scarlet Letter with Demi Moore. Yes, that terrible movie I adore. And if it weren't for Kino Lorber, I would never have that movie in its original aspect ratio of 2:3:5 or in high definition. So thank you, Kino Lorber. And now they're giving us Babe and Babe 2 Pig in the City. That'll do, Pig. That'll do. These both are going to have HDR, Dolby Vision. They're masters from the 4K scan of the 35 millimeter negative. They're going to have new commentary by historian commentaries. I'm not so sure that that's the best. Depends on who the historian is, I suppose. They're both going to have 5.1 surround and lossless stereo tracks. And it looks like they both are also going to have new interviews with director George Miller, who, in case you didn't know, also gave us the Mad Max franchise. And Happy Feet with the Penguins. So I just love the fact that George Miller gave us such disparate films as Babe and Mad Max Fury Road. I just think that's amazing. I love to see that kind of versatility.
That is a range.
Creative talent. Hell yeah, it is. So if you like Babe and Babe 2 Pig in the City, which is a dark film, Babe 2 Pig in the City, surprisingly a dark film, and Babe 2 Pig in the City, interesting enough, the last year Gene Siskel was alive, he picked this as his favorite film of the year. Babe 2 Pig in the City. So if you've never seen it, don't sniff at it, give it a whirl. This is sure to excite some people, I'm sure. Harry and the Hendersons. Kino likes to announce movies without release dates. This could be coming out next month or like 5 years from now.
Yeah, like
But they're working on it.
They announced Ilsa so early. I thought it was a dead project, and then finally they started releasing the 4Ks. But
It drives some people crazy that they just
Yeah,
announce
absolutely.
things way in advance and then you just have no idea when it's coming. But like, I don't know. You'll get it when you get it, biatch. You know? I don't like this movie. I never liked this movie. I like the score. Bruce Button's score was all right. I love John Lithgow, but I don't want a funny, family-oriented Bigfoot movie. I like my Bigfoot mean and scary. So
Yeah.
this ain't my thing. Any of you, either of you seen it? Any
Oh,
fans
yeah.
of Harry and the Hendersons?
Many times.
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Ben, I think it's got your name written all
Oh, yeah.
over it. No, I'd be surprised if you liked this,
Yeah.
Ben.
Yeah, no,
This
you're
is
definitely
like
the
as
Bigfoot
far
guy.
from Solo as you can get. Arrow Video. Everybody likes Arrow because, man, they do good work too. And this year's been a pretty killer year for them. But they're putting out a couple of movies in this week's announcements that I don't really give a crap for. And you know what? Steven Seagal didn't give a crap either because he looks constipated all the time. Under Siege is coming. The movie I like called Die Hard on a Boat.
On a boat.
But Arrow's giving it all they got. They're doing a 4K restoration from the camera negative, approved by director Andrew Davis. It's going to have Dolby Vision and HDR10 compatibility, the original stereo track and a Dolby Atmos track. It's going to have a new commentary with the director and the writer, J.F. Lawton. And it's going to have new interviews with Andrew Davis, the director, and actor Erica Eleniak, actor Damian Chapa, and VFX supervisor William Mesa. So if you're a fan of Under Siege, Arrow is polishing that up and they're serving it on January 6th. So put your gift cards together and nab it in.
This was
Any
the movie.
fans?
This was the movie where I learned that you could make a bomb out of a microwave.
Steven Seagal.
You're going to get us on a list, Dave.
I have a hard time taking Steven Seagal seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The other movie they're putting out is Snakes on a Plane, which I think everybody was excited about when the trailers hit theaters. But then everyone seems to agree that it doesn't deliver on the promise.
Yeah. They were excited until they actually saw it.
Have either of you seen it? I haven't.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it exactly once. I saw it in the theater when it came out and then never again.
Was it okay? No?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I barely remember it, but yeah, it was okay. I remember it just being okay. It's probably like a 5, a 4, a 5.
Somewhere sounds like it.
Yeah.
Well, if you are a fan of this movie, God bless you. Every movie needs its fans. They're giving it another 4K restoration with Dolby Vision and HDR10, 5.1 surround, a new commentary with a couple of critics, which are often as boring as historians. A new mini documentary. I've never heard that term, mini documentary. So I'm like, is it 30 seconds long? Exploring the movie tie-in novelization phenomenon. Featuring publisher Mark Miller, historian David Spencer, and Krista Faust, author of Snakes on a Plane novelization. Now that's a weird featurette. I've never even seen Snakes on a Plane, so imagine how much I care about the novelization.
Mark Miller. I've talked. Oh, go ahead, Dave. I'm sorry.
I think they're being generous with the term phenomenon, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe there's a whole big fan thing out there that we're unaware of. But
Ben, you know a little about that, don't you?
Yeah, that Mark Miller. I've actually corresponded with him because he has this a publisher called Encyclopocalypse Books, and they literally just their whole thing is they publish novelizations of all kinds of horror films, like usually B horror films that like Severin puts out and stuff. I think they do a lot of the work with Severin. But yeah, it is kind of a new phenomenon coming down the pike, in addition to the boutique releases of like Vinegar Syndrome and the slip covers. Now we have novelizations of the kind of stuff that they put out, which is interesting. But yeah, I think he's also done some stuff with Clive Barker and
sounds familiar. I think he did.
Like that. Yeah, so
I think he did.
That might be interesting.
I used to collect movie novelizations in the 80s because what else were you going to do as a kid in the 80s? And it was one of the ways that I got to keep the movies. I got to bring a piece of the movies home with me because VHS didn't really take off until for like purchase. You could rent VHS throughout all of the 80s, but you really couldn't own VHS until the late 80s. So before that, the only ways that you could really own a part of the movie was like the soundtrack or the novelization or toys if it was that kind of a movie.
Yeah,
so I had a lot of them as a kid.
Alan Dean Foster. I know he was the big one for all like.
He wrote a lot of them.
Genre, you know.
He wrote a lot of them. And this is also going to have a lot of legacy featurettes as well. And then Paramount's putting out, Bringing Out the Dead, which is a little confusing to me because they also put it out last year with different packaging, and it looks like it's got identical features. So why they're putting it out in a different kind of case and in a different package, I don't know. But if you didn't already nab Bringing Out the Dead with Nicolas Cage, it'll be out January 13. Guys, have you seen this one? It's a Scorsese movie.
I have not, actually.
I have not, and I've seen almost every Scorsese movie, but I've not seen that one.
We had this one at the Von Lee Theater when I was managing it in the late 80s or the late 90s. And I just, when I first saw it, and I saw it again a couple years ago, and I was still kind of, So that's my thoughts on that one. Then we've got Sony. Now, you know what, guys? Sony is my favorite distributor in terms of sound. When Sony makes a new Atmos track, it's usually incredible. It's got ambience in the surround speakers, and very few movies do that. Their recent, oh my gosh, Karate Kid. I watched Karate Kid, sounded freaking spectacular. Of all the 100 movies or so that I've watched in my home theater, Karate Kid is a Sony movie, sounded amazing.
Really?
Oh yeah, Legends of the Fall was one of theirs. Sounds incredible.
Legends
I don't
of the
know
Fall,
what it is. Go ahead.
Legends of the Fall makes sense, but I'm kind of surprised about Karate Kid. It's
know.
not a movie you think about when it comes to sound, really.
Well, every time something goes past you or past the camera, you hear it in the directional cameras, and there's an ambience and the scores in the surround too. So, like, since I have all these freaking speakers, I want to hear stuff coming out of them. But most of the studios, they only do a little bit when they upgrade from like stereo or 5.1 to Dolby Atmos or 7.1. Sony, man, so far I haven't heard. All their upgrades are phenomenal. If you've got a good surround sound setup at home, even if the movie's mediocre, but Sony's putting it out and you just want to have a good time with your ears, check it out. This is going to have not a Dolby Atmos track, but it's still going to have, actually, I don't know that it's not going to have a 5 point or a Atmos track. I didn't make a note about it. So if it does, it'll be worth it. But their pictures also just incredible. And Thunderheart's an almost all exterior movie in like the American Southwest. So I imagine it's going to look pretty beautiful with the new transfer. It's a new 4K restoration approved by cinematographer Roger Deakins. Everybody knows Roger Deakins if you know any cinematographers at all. So, and it's going to have Dolby Vision and HDR10. Unfortunately, I just watched this on Blu-ray like a few weeks before they announced the 4K. So I've already spoiled it for the next couple of years, but I might pick this up if it gets really cheap on Amazon or something. Probably won't buy it new though. And it's a pretty good movie. We just lost Val Kilmer last year, and we just lost Graham Greene a little bit earlier this year. And Sam Shepard's gone, and James Horner, the composer's gone. So I was just thinking everyone, Michael Apted, the director's gone too. All the significant players with this have passed away. That's a morbid note to end on. Let's go to Donnie Darko. Does Donnie Darko need another release?
It's had so many. It's
Right.
had so many. I think I own 4. I think I own 4 myself.
Wow. I've owned at least 2 or 3, and the last one I got was the 4K that Arrow put out, and Arrow did such a great job with it. I don't want anything new. But
I haven't heard of Mutant.
It's
What's
new.
their story? Yeah.
Mutant is a company that was started by the guys that used to run Mondo. But when Funko bought Mondo, and these guys left, I don't know if they left or they were pushed out, but they started their own new company called Mutant, and they've been doing posters and toys, I think.
Okay.
And now they're getting into movies, like they did with Mondo. The Mondo steelbooks were all pretty. This is their first movie release under the Mutant label, and they picked Donnie Darko, which, you know, as a movie all by itself is a cult film, so it's probably a good title to go with. But they're not adding any new features to it. It's got exactly all the same stuff that the Arrow release had. The only thing you're getting different is basically the packaging.
Yeah, and I'm not a huge fan of the cover art. It doesn't really do anything for me, so.
I mean, it's classy looking, but it doesn't say buy me.
It does not.
So I don't know. It's going to have both versions of the movie, the theatrical and director's cut. The new artwork is by Greg Ruth, and the layouts by Craig Oldham. The initial pressing is strictly limited to 2,000 units, which to me sounds like plenty. It's
Is
got a
that the
44-page. Yeah,
is that the Arrow emblem on the disc? Is it like Arrow's
it's
release, the repackage then?
Arrow is sub-licensing it
Oh, okay. So
to
that's why it's got all the
mutants.
same content.
Yeah,
Okay.
but this is the mutant treatment of something that Arrow licensed to them,
Oh, okay.
and it's going to be a numbered slipcase. It's got new essays in the book. Some of the new features are in the printed materials coming with it. In the book, you're going to have a new interview with Richard Kelly, the director, and a new introduction by Jake Gyllenhaal. So there's that. But it's the exact same transfer that Arrow already put out as well. So I don't think this is going to really do all that well, because I don't think people are going to want to upgrade from Arrow after that. Well, that was only a year or two ago. So it's too soon, I
Yeah.
think.
Well, yeah, if you're gonna license it, just to re-release it because you're known for your packaging, you got to bring your A game, and I don't know if this is it.
Yeah.
But
I do love Donnie Darko. I made Ben
yeah,
watch it earlier this year, wasn't
I
it?
enjoyed it. I didn't felt made. So I really liked it. Yeah.
Would you say you liked it more or less than Back to the Future?
Oh, more. Yeah.
Oh, that was the
Interesting.
wrong
Again,
answer, but we'll let you live.
Back to the Future is not a bad film. It's just
Hell no, it's not. Good Lord, man! If you thought
Just
Back to the Future
putting
was
that out
bad, I'd
there.
kick you off the show right now.
I don't think
Rack-
it's fair to ask a question like that because those two movies are so different. But
Well, they're both time travel.
I have this weird thing every time, like in my head, I always get Donnie Darko and Jacob's Ladder mixed up. Like I know they're two different films, but it is, when you think about it, they both kind of have that surreal quality to them.
that's
Right.
the
Oh, yeah.
only thing they share, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I need to do a double feature with them both because for whatever reason, I just keep getting them associated in my head. It's weird.
Well, then we've got The Stuntman coming out from Radiance. Have either of you seen this? I have not.
Yes, in fact, I just watched it like 2 months ago.
Really?
I haven't seen it, but this is much better.
It
artwork
sounds
and packaging.
interesting. Did you like it, Dave?
I did like it. Yeah, it's got Peter O'Toole.
I saw his name was attached to it. I think this also got like some significant Oscar nominations. I think it didn't get one for picture, but I think it got one for director. I can't remember who the director is right offhand. And it got one or two other nominations. So it's not nothing, but for some reason it's passed me by. It's one that I'm going to have to track down and see, possibly with this Radiance release in February.
It is very much a product of the 70s when it was made.
That's fine.
You know, I'm a sucker for old Hollywood. That's one of the reasons why I like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and like Licorice Pizza, movies like that. And so this has got, you know, the old Hollywood vibe because it was made in the old 70s Hollywood. So if you're into that, I think it's worth watching on the basis of that alone.
Well, I am, so I definitely need to check it out. It's a new
Radiance
4K
has some
restoration.
cool-
What else have they done?
Well, I know,
I know the
this,
title. I don't think I've got any of their releases.
I know they got this Cosa Nostra box set that I've been wanting forever, like a trio of Sicilian mob movies.
Of course,
like-
dude. That's such a Ben thing.
From like the 60s and 70s, I think.
Well, this has a feature-length documentary called "The Sinister Saga of Making the Stuntman," which I don't think is new, but apparently it's well regarded. And it's got a new commentary with critics. And then it's got a bunch of legacy features and a 40-page book. It's going to have 5.1 and mono, the original mono. It's going to come with as you can see in the picture, it's going to have a poster, some lobby card postcards, and it's limited to 5,000 copies, which frankly, if you're limiting it to 5,000, why call it limited? Because anyone who wants this is going to be able to get it.
Yeah, that will cover the entire the entire draw for that particular Blu-ray.
Well, it's on my to see list, which is a long list, granted, but maybe I'll move it up. Let's go on to soundtracks, Dave. We only got one this week, but it's kind of a big one. Bright Night was released on this is the score we're talking about, not the songs. It's the score by Brad Fiedel, and they lost the elements to it forever and ever. And Entrada, the label that's putting out the soundtrack, put it out a few years ago with the best surviving elements they could find, and I have that release, and it sounds like crap. Like, it's so bad you can't even listen to it. But magically, they found better elements, and I hear that this one sounds really clean and awesome, and it's expanded by about 17 minutes. So if you're a big fan of the Fright Night or the score by Brad Fiedel, it's shipping now. I ordered mine, and it should be coming sometime next week because I am personally a fan of this one. Let's go on to books. Got 3 books for you that I was able to track down, including Speak of the Devil, and he'll show up. Roger Deakins' Reflections on Cinematography is available in just a couple of days on Amazon, as well as this new book on the art and making of Disney's Fantasia, which seems to me like something they probably made into books many times. But if you're a big fan of Fantasia, here's a new one. And Ben, this one's for you.
Oh,
Caligula.
Coming in April, some dirty, smutty historical movie that only Ben Marrow will give a shit about. Sorry.
yeah, no, it was just the what was the porn mag that was it Penthouse? I think
It was Penthouse.
originally?
Yeah,
This so it was just the Penthouse cut that was super smutty. Although I think the complete cut that they released a couple years ago or a year or so ago, that one still had a little bit of salacity, but
wasn't this
Ben-
produced by Bob Guccione Jr. or Bob Guccione?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
so.
I saw the reason I saw this movie. I've seen it one and only one time, is because I was able to convince a video store clerk to rent it to me when I was like, I don't know, 13, like 12 or 13. It was like the first adult movie I managed to like smuggle out of the video store, and then I think it was not the Bob Guccione version or whatever. It was so disappointing. I remember being so disappointed.
Ben, would I like any version of this movie?
yeah, I think I'm trying to remember what they called it, the complete cut or like definitive cut or whatever. That one was really good. I really enjoyed it. Again, I'm coming at it from somebody who loves sword and sandal films, who is just so fascinated by the history of this film, although I'm a little rusty on it at the moment. But
I should probably watch it again as someone who isn't just trying to see boobs. I can watch it with
that's definitely
eyes.
The new cut. So I believe Tinto Brass wrote the original script, and I can't remember how exactly it went down, but they had shot everything they needed for the script and then some. But then like Penthouse came in and just cut a lot of it and filmed a lot of smut to cut together into it, and it became what we had up until recently. But yeah, no, it's like A-list actors that are basically in an X-rated film.
Helen Mirren, right?
Yeah, Helen Mirren.
Yeah.
And
Is it Malcolm McDowell?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, but
Yeah,
when I'm ready to watch
curiosity.
this, I'm not going to know what version to see.
Yeah, I got the it was released out of Australia. The one that was the first one that went up for pre-order, so I locked that in, and I don't know if they have a domestic release now or how expensive that is now with the tariff situation and all that, but it's definitely worth getting a hold of. I'm actually, and this book is really cool too. I feel like I need this to brush up on my knowledge of this particular curiosity. So
it's available for pre-order at Orbit DVD. I'm sure you can also get it on Amazon, but it's not supposed to come out till April. And when it comes to Caligula, Ben Marrow is...
Where are they? I think they're talking about us. No way.
And then we got some collectibles. Now, this one's sold out already. This is another one of those damn popcorn... what do you call it? What's the word? Popcorn...
Bucket?
Bucket! Yes, bucket! Well, shaped like a skull. This one was only available at Netflix's website because Netflix is the studio that put out Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. But if you like scary-looking skull things, you could have ordered it there, and maybe you can still track it down on eBay. There's also this die-cast spinner car available. I did not put down where this was available. So you'll have to forgive me. I remember it was like
So this-
$150, $200. Oh, master replicas.
yeah,
There
I
it
was just
is.
saying.
So if you're into that, I have limited shelf space, and also if it gets to 150, $200, it better like do a lot more than just sit on my shelf. It needs to like service me in some special ways. Funko's having a bad year, guys. Funko Pops, you guys know, everyone knows about Funko
Yeah.
Pops.
It was bound to happen. They were bound to
Oh, yeah.
have a bad year.
Going the
Well,
way
they've
of
been
Beanie
having-
Babies.
Yeah, I think they are actually. They are falling out of favor. Comic book stores and toy stores are sending all the Funkos back. They're having a hard time selling them. Also, the prices are going up because the tariffs and stuff like that. Like I think these are $15 to $20 now.
Hold on. I want to show you my one and only Funko Pop. You'll like this. Hold on.
I wish I only had one. I think I've got like 10. I try to be selective about it. I like Funkos. Do you
Yeah,
own any, Ben?
I have a handful. I got when the Blade Runner 2049 came out, they were doing a thing where if you bought your ticket through Fandango, then they'd send you a Funko Pop, a random character for the movie, and I got Ryan Gosling, Agent K,
That's
or Officer K, yeah. From and I
John
also
Waters.
have a. Oh yeah, that's
Ah.
a good one to have. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The,
I didn't
the
know that
only
existed.
Funko Pop that I own is John Waters.
Nice. Yeah, I also have like Doom Guy and a couple other video game characters, but just I think they were just gifted to me. I never really sought out any Funko Pops before.
Well, they put out Willow within the last year, so I had to get the 4 of those. General Kale. I never thought I'd see General Kale from Willow as a Funko Pop. And I spent some money on a couple of Funko Pops because I just had to have them. I spent some money to get Aughra from the Dark Crystal and Black Phillip from The Witch.
Yeah, that's legit.
And I've got the Black Cauldron, the 2 set of the Horned King and Taran, and I've got some others. But I think they're cute. They make too many of them, and I guess that's the problem is they overproduced, and now there's not enough demand for it. But K-pop Demon Hunters took the world by storm earlier this year, and apparently this is one of the only bits of merchandise available for it this holiday season. So, if anything can save Funko this season or this year, maybe, I think it's these K-pop Demon Hunters Funko Pops. Which I have not seen this movie. I've heard it's actually not bad and that maybe I would even enjoy it. I've heard a lot of adult guys that don't care crap about anime say that it's actually decent. But I still think it'll be years before I check it out. Although this cat thing looks cute, if I do say so. Then there's Lego. Later this month.
Yeah, you can always count on Lego.
For you know how much this is?
Oh yeah, you can always
probably a mortgage
count on
payment.
Lego for for the prices, especially with their adult Legos now they have. Oh my god.
I didn't write down the price, but it's at least 200 and at most 400. It's somewhere in the 200 to 400 range. And I think it's got 3,500 pieces, which when I'm looking at this picture, I'm like, where? I don't see 3,500 pieces. Like, they must be really little or something. But I do like the little Lego people. Look at that shiz. They got Guinan up there, and they got Wesley with a gun, and they got Beverly Crusher, the hottest space doctor in the universe. Like,
I've
those
noticed
are cute.
the sets with like exclusive minifigures usually command a premium. I think that's like between that and the licensing, I think that's half of their value proposition with their prices.
I don't have room again for Lego, but I do think it's cute the way Lego has kind of branched out to do a lot of Star Wars stuff. And like Funko, they kind of tap into other intellectual properties. That's bank. Lego, I think, always does well. I could be wrong, but I feel like Lego is a perennial. Has been for decades, and I think it's still going strong.